Good evening, beloveds. It's way later than it should be, and that's my fault. I did come home at a reasonable time, but I had stuff to do, and so I did some of the stuff, and then I fell asleep, and then finished doing some of the stuff, and then just didn't get up off the couch to come do this. So here we are. And I'm definitely tired because there's that big yawn. So it may be a short night. It is November 13th. Our title is I Am Successful. The first quote is, "And then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." And that is Joshua 1:8. Each should train themselves, and do so consciously, to conceive of themselves as a success. And that is Science of Mind, page 450. There is an invisible, invincible tide of creative productiveness which flows through all life, creating, maintaining, and sustaining all things in order, harmony, and balance. I am one with this productive action of nature. I am one with all good. The infinite law of abundance flows through me. I am a channel of constructive action through which all good things are expressed. I contemplate the wonders of nature. I see infinite abundance everywhere. The universe is successful on every level. There is plenty of everything. The air, the skies, the seas, and the earth are all teeming expressions of nature's fertile creativity. The sun radiates its light, energy, and life into all creation, and all is well. I am established in the midst of this beauty, activity, and infinite abundance. I am rich in thought and feeling. I see good around me everywhere. I am strengthened by the vital forces of spirit that flow through all things. I identify myself with all that is good, strong, beautiful, and true. I am an expression of the bountiful life which surrounds and indwells me. I am a complete success. I move ever forward into the realizing of my infinite potential. I am forever free from the limitation and restriction. The free, full flow of life makes me a successful person. I am a success inside, therefore I am a success outside. I am successful in the business of living. And that is D.C., Donald Curtis. And what I absolutely love about this reading is he leans into nature as evidence of success. And why that is important is because it has absolutely nothing to do with money. I think as human beings, we get a little bound up in the idea of what success means. I saw the quote from Edison. I haven't failed once. I merely found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Which is an excellent attitude when it comes to success. People think about success in terms of money and fame, and neither one are necessary to be success. Some days what success looks like is getting out of bed and doing the things that need to be done, and then going to bed at a reasonable time. Success is, and that's why I like the reading. It's that abundance of living. When you look around at the earth especially in the springtime. Now we are in, well, considering how rapidly the temperature dropped, we are in, late fall, early winter here. And, but in the spring, nature just puts on this abundant show by pushing out the leaves, with all the new leaves and the flowers and what have you, and all the babies, nature's babies. And it's abundant and it's wonderful and it's amazing. And it would do well to us to look at success from a broader standpoint. And I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in looking at success and seeing that it's more than just money. And it's definitely more than stuff. And there are always these wonderful, amazing ideas that are constantly around us all the time. And it's up to us to be open to them. And to see where that life takes us. In my case, it should be taking me to bed very soon. You know how I talk about that loving, kind, compassionate thing? That's mine. I am going to take myself. I'm going to drink a cup of hot chocolate because it's got my collagen in it. Then I'm going to go to bed. So it's nice to redefine success and then be able to go and look in the mirror and say, I am successful. And realize, and I'm not saying that money isn't a part of it. I'm just saying we put too much emphasis on it. Okay. I'm not anti-money. And so I want to broaden our definitions. I want to expand our definitions out. So when we talk about abundance, when we talk about success, when we talk about prosperity, that we're talking about more than just money. Because like I said, some days what success looks like is getting out of bed. Or in some cases, going to bed. And so that's what I love about this. Is it talks around the idea of success, and uses all of those wide varieties. There is an invincible tide of creative productiveness, which flows through all life, creating, maintaining, and sustaining all things in order, harmony, and balance. Order, harmony, and balance. Creating, maintaining, sustaining. I am one with all good. This one is chock full of a whole bunch of where you could pull out just pieces for affirmations, or you could use the whole thing in a treatment for success. I am a channel of constructive action through which all good things are expressed. I am a channel. And I've said that before. I like the idea of being a channel. Because we are divine channels. We are the way that the infinite and unseen moves into the seen realm. We are how it moves from spirit into material. And then he said, I contemplate the wonders of nature. And so that's why I was like, let's expand the definition of success. And I do like to say that as long as you've learned something, you've never truly failed. Even if it didn't work out at any way, shape, or form the way you expected it to, as long as you've learned something, you haven't failed. It was still a success in that you learned something. I see good all around me everywhere. That's another really important lesson in success, is because it speaks to our mindset, that we've done the work to understand that there is good and anything is possible. Anything is possible. Oh, okay. I identify myself with all that is good, strong, beautiful, and true. I am an expression of the bountiful life which surrounds and indwells me. I identify myself with that. So you want a mission today. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to identify ourselves with that bountiful life. To understand that we are divine channels. We are how the divine moves into, it moves from the unseen into the seen in the material reality. We literally are the ones that bring that about. We get to be divine channels. And I like to say that we're divine channels of love, but we're divine channels of a whole lot of other things too. We are definitely divine channels of the good. So that's the mission. It's always the mission. It's the same mission every day. We just may go about it in a slightly different way every time. It's about consciously connecting with the source of our own being. We're connected to the source of our own being. But when we do it consciously, we are much more successful. All right. So that's the mission today. If there was something else I was going to say, I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to remind you to practice the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. I encourage you to have more than one spiritual practice. And in that case, with the loving, kind, and compassionate thing, it can be a very small thing. Up to, when I say small, I mean small. It can be taking a deep breath before you speak, giving yourself that conscious pause before you speak. It could be engaging all 5 of your senses and drinking a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It can look like taking a walk. It can look like taking a nap. There are so many avenues of ways to practice that kindness, compassionate love on yourself. And I suggest yourself as the subject because 1, you are always there. And 2, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. I'm also, it is about self-care, but it's also about joy. And no matter what is going on in the life, in the world, you deserve some joy. You always deserve some joy. And so it's important that you make time for that. Joy is a spiritual practice. It is. And then there was going to be something else and it's gone. So please practice on yourself. And create that bank, create that habit, create that default setting, create that first response. When you meet people who need a little extra, you will have that extra to share because you have been practicing on yourself. And because through this practice, you have consciously connected to the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Always, hydration is super important, and your brain will work better if it is well hydrated. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light. It will reset your hormones and you'll have more energy throughout the day. It's science. It's called circadian rhythms. Don't ask me to spell it though. But you can Google it and look it up. And then I would also encourage you to take the words of Ernest Holmes, to open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now, because it is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. That loving, kind, and compassionate can bring you there. And when you have that state of mind, you are reminded that you can create heaven anywhere you are. We talked about being successful. We talked about being divine channels. Well, that's part of it. And you can always take Emma's advice about heaven. Look for the good and praise it. Yeah, look for the good, praise it. Okay. I'm quite sure that there's something else, but right now I don't remember what that is. So, social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. There is a whole lot. And as of right now, Sunday service is not part of that. I will get it done. It may be Wednesday before it gets up, but it'll get there. If not, you can always just scroll back a couple of videos and watch it on Facebook. All right. All right. Email info@creativelife.org if you want to know what's going on with the center. That will get you on the constant contact. And then you'll know what's going on in the center, especially when I'm sleepy and sleep deprived and don't. There are book studies all the time. The Wednesday book study is starting back up. So that's exciting. And because they did the Living Science of Mind over a year. Yeah, the hot links are hot. They'll take you right to where you want to know. If you're interested in the book studies, the hot links will take you to the emails to request the Zoom links, because all the book studies are done on Zoom. So you can do them from the comfort of your own couch. Right. I'm good. I don't know what I was about to say. tell you to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a spending time together day, a running around and doing fun things day, an amazing day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a divine spark. You are a divine channel. You are God in motion, and you are spirit in action. So remember that. Know who you are. Okay, beloveds. Reverend David was on with you at 5 p.m. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And then Reverend David I go back to regular scheduled hours. And then we have 3 more Saturdays where you won't get it at 9 o'clock, but you will get it. And then things will go back to normal. I use air quotes anytime I say the word normal, because there's nothing normal about me, and I am proud of that. I know who I am. So, yeah, I'm going to go to bed. You take care of yourself. Know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.